93 Boxing. I'm back with a quick video. Manny Pacquiao was asked about Jeff Horn, and he did say that he saw a few fights of Jeff Horn, and he said Jeff Horn is all right. I'm paraphrasing, but he said he didn't say anything about him that made Jeff Horn seem really good. He says he's good, he's all right. It made it seem like he's decent. That's how you know Manny Pacquiao is fighting a guy who isn't shit. You're in front of his fans. You're in his country, right? His country will probably be behind him. I heard it's pretty big in the UK. I'm hearing that this is not just the biggest boxing match in Australia, but also the biggest sport event. So obviously, the country will be rooting for Jeff Horn, and this is a huge fight to him. And even though you got all these people, right? You got Jeff Horn in there. You got your Australian fans and whatnot. You're still saying he's all right. I'm paraphrasing what he said, but he said something of that nature. He was trying to hint at him that he's not bad, but he's not amazing either. That's the thing, right? And all he says is, I'm not gonna underestimate him. I'm not gonna underestimate him. But that's how you know he ain't shit, man. I thought Manny Pacquiao should have. I thought he's gonna praise Jeff Horn even more. That's really how you know. And I feel like he's not praising him too much because he somehow deep down feels that he wanted to fight better fighters. He wanted to fight someone like an Amir Khan, someone like maybe a Terence Crawford, maybe an Adrian Broner. I think those fights with Amir Khan, Terence Crawford, Adrian Broner, I feel like will be bigger fights in terms of as a whole, maybe. I don't know about Terence Crawford, but Terence Crawford's a more known fighter than Jeff Horn. And Top Rank's trying to use this fight, hoping that Manny Pacquiao gets a knockout, right? Freddie Roach obviously is good for them to get a knockout because Manny Pacquiao fighting Jeff Horn and getting a UD is really not the best thing about him. Manny Pacquiao's been known as a guy with a lot of speed, but also a lot of power as well. And if he is not able to display power, and he kind of lost some speed. He hasn't lost a lot of speed. He's lost some speed, but a lot of speed on his foot. A lot of foot speed is lost. If he's lost those type of speed and also the power, then what is Manny Pacquiao? At least that's how people see it, right? I still think Manny Pacquiao is a good fighter, but he really has to score a knockout. He has to do more than just knock him out. He has to make a fucking statement. Excuse the words, but when he really has to put on some shit, because Manny Pacquiao, right? He's not going to be on free TV. He's going to be on free TV, right? In America, he won't be on no pay-per-view, as far as what I know. So this is not a big fight at all. And even if let's say he beats Jeff Horn, right? And it's a UD. He tries to ask Floyd Mayweather for a rematch. What's Mayweather going to say? Oh, you lost. You just beat a guy who no one ever heard of in the States. Good point, right? Then let's say he knocked Jeff Horn out within round one. Brutal, round one. People were like, oh, who the fuck is Jeff Horn? Look, Jeff Horn might be a decent... Let's say hypothetically he's a decent fighter. We've never heard of him. Right? If he gets knocked down round one, we've never heard of him. And we haven't seen how much of a decent fighter he is. Therefore, all we would see is, right... We're going to see this guy. We've never heard of him. He went in against Manny Pacquiao. He got knocked out in round one. We're just going to see him as a straight bomb. Right? So, Floyd Mayweather's going to say, who the fuck is that bomb that you fought? So you won't be getting the rematch. If he gets to knock out Jeff Horn in round 5, 6, 7, let's say in the mid rounds, then I guess, I don't know, man. I think he has to dominate easily, make it look easy. Maybe showboat and shit. Because, as I said, if he knocks him out early, that's the problem he faces. People wouldn't see him as a good fighter. People wouldn't see Jeff Horn as a good fighter, right? If he knocks him out in the late rounds, then people will be like, you took this long to knock out Jeff Horn? Shit. If Jeff Horn ends up having some success as it goes to the late rounds for a knockout, people would be like, man, you were getting fucked up by Jeff Horn a little bit. What the fuck? Or at least like you were having problems with Jeff Horn. Manny Pacquiao has to make it look easy. He can't be knocking this guy out within round 1. I mean, if he does, hey, great. But I feel like he has to make it look easy. Play with, like, toy with this guy. Play with him. Just like pretend like you're not even trying. Like some Roy Jones shit. I don't know, man. And then hurt him here and there, and then finish him off within round 4 or 5. That's really what Manny Pacquiao has to do. Will he be able to do it? I mean, I don't know if Jeff Horn fought anyone that's as big of a puncher as Manny Pacquiao, or as fast as Manny Pacquiao, or on the same level as Manny Pacquiao. I've not looked at his resume, but I probably will tell you that he's never fought anyone that has those type of attributes. I'm fairly sure Jeff Horn has some speed. He has some pop. That's not enough against Manny Pacquiao, man. I think this will be desperate. This will be a desperate attempt. This is a desperate attempt for Top Rank to get a low level up competition, hoping that Manny Pacquiao gets a knockout, and then hoping to get a Floyd Mayweather rematch. Initially, the thing is, Floyd Mayweather might not want to fight him, but if he gets a knockout, if Manny Pacquiao gets a knockout, the demand will be higher. And you know how it is to manipulate, how easy it is to manipulate a boxing fan, a typical casual boxing fan. If Pacquiao can get a knockout and it still looks like shit, people still complain. Like, if fighters still complain, it don't matter though. Floyd Mayweather might still consider it if the fans clamor for the fight. If they want the fight real badly, that's when the Manny Pacquiao fight will happen against Floyd Mayweather. The rematch will happen if the fans demand it a lot. Fans would rather demand Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather. That's what it seems like. But I don't think the desperate attempts will work. I really think the desperate attempts will not work. Even if Manny Pacquiao knocks him out in the most devastating fashion possible, like, actually he has to do it in a devastating fashion. Like, he has to get a Ricky Hatton knockout, like the way he knocked out Ricky Hatton. He has to get another KO like that. Manny Pacquiao needs to get on that juice if he was taking those juice, which I think he was. Manny Pacquiao has to do some of that shit, man. He has to go out there and really, he has to do the Canelo Khan thing, or he has to knock Jeff Horn out like Marcus knocked Pacquiao out. He has to knock the daylights out of him, man. And he has to look super fast, sharp, dominating, like just straight beast. And make it look easy. Quick feet. He has to get his quick feet up. His feet didn't look as quick as they did against Mayweather. Man, and this is a free TV fight, so I don't see how free TV versus... How can you get a fight against Floyd Mayweather Jr. if you are not even doing pay-per-view in the US, while Floyd Mayweather's breaking his own record, and his own record trumps anyone else's record? Man, that's what I think of it. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. I will be back with more videos soon. 93 Boxing. I'm out.